Hey, what's up, Algorand? My name is Daniel. This is solum.algo. I'm going to shoot a quick video for you guys today to tell you what is going on with wBTC or Wormhole BTC. There are some changes on their custody end that it's happening, and this is important for you guys to learn about if you're holding wBTC on Algorand or on any other chain, but specifically talking to the Algorand people because I haven't seen a lot of talk about this in the Algorand communities, and this seems like a big deal and something that y'all want to be aware of. So currently, wBTC, if you don't know how bridges work, the way bridges work is you take um, a native token like Bitcoin or Ethereum and you want to move it to another chain. That token doesn't function on the other chain; it can't be moved. So what you do is you hold the native token in a custody wallet somewhere, and then you mint a new token, a wrapped version of that token on the receiving chain, and then to reverse that transaction, um, you would go back and you would redeem the native token for the wrapped token to get back onto the native chain. So wBTC is going through some custody changes, currently custodied by BitGo, and it is moving to, as the announcement here on my screen shows, BitGo move of its wBTC business to the world's first multi-jurisdictional and multi-institutional custody via unique partnership joint venture with Bit Global. And the important thing to know about Bit Global that we're going to look at here in a little bit is that it's owned or partially owned by Justin Sun, who has been a controversial figure in the crypto space for a long time. So it says this upgrade will continue in 60 days from today, which was, I don't know what day that was, August 9th, right? So that was a month ago. So we've got, another 30 days or so before this happens. They say nothing's going to change really, and that's true. Like when this happens, you shouldn't notice anything on your end if you're holding this asset, if you're in any of the wBTC pools or the FWBTC pools on Algorand. When the changeover happens, you should notice this. The only thing that's happening is they're taking a multi-sig custody wallet and they're allowing someone else to custody the backed asset, the native Bitcoin. Why this does matter is what we'll see in the comments below, because lots of people have commented on this and they've got questions about, well, how's the multi-sig work? And then there's one of the worst strategic decisions I've seen, up there with New Coke, congrats. And then somebody says, we need something else, another traumatizing event, what? And then you get into, Sun is quite literally the biggest scammer in crypto by any measure. You can't be serious. Things should be upgraded. Has nothing to do with the malicious code. Okay. Justin Sun should be on the bunk with SBF and CZ. That's why we got rid of him. Okay. So, prelude to a rug hack or confiscated by one of the puppet states. So the other thing to notice that BitGo is custodied, the Bitcoin's custodied in the United States, and it will now be custodied outside of the U.S. I actually think there may be some benefit to that. I think some countries are probably less prone to confiscation of assets than the United States, and so I think on that aspect it's probably a good move. But with Justin Sun taking it over, there's a pretty big movement right now of people against this and raising concerns. And the one notable account that's taking this on is this wBTC party. And they've created a website that we're going to look at in a second where they address this and they go through why this is such a a big risk to wBTC, and their goal is to save wBTC or offer alternatives. Justin Sun is rugging wBTC on October 9th. Sign the pledge. I don't think we can for sure say that he's rugging wBTC. Like, I don't think there's evidence to say that that's definitely going to happen. But we'll look at this, what the risks are. So I signed up for their newsletter, and the email that I got from these guys goes through kind of a brief history. And here's what it says. Justin Sun's track record in crypto is troubling. He's been involved in fraudulent charges by the SEC, exchange hacks, and asset DePegs. His previous product, wBTC, which was also backed one-to-one with Bitcoin, depegged earlier this year. It's now worth only 0.2 BTC, leaving wBTC holders at a significant loss. Justin Sun's involvement with BitGo poses a serious threat to the stability of wBTC. The lesson is clear: centralization leads to collapse. And then they offer alternatives. I would, advise you guys to sign up for their newsletter and get this information, and also do your own research on Justin Sun. Here's their meme: USDD, HUSD, HBTC, and wBTC. So basically, these first three are all DePegs that he's been in charge of. And so even if he's on the level, that's not a good track record. And so there's perhaps added risk there that you're going to want to learn about, and that I'm just trying to apprise you guys of today. So here's their website, actually a very nice website, and this is their save-wBTC. It's just a 2-page website, but it looks really nice. You can connect your wallet and sign the transaction. I didn't because, number one, they don't offer any of the wallets that I use, and I didn't feel like downloading a new wallet for this purpose. And then number two, I'm weary of signing transactions on anything that I haven't vetted pretty thoroughly, and it's not really a necessary thing to sign. But they're signing. It's a petition. They want to change things. So this article here on their page has some interesting information. It talks about the different DePegs. Last 4 stablecoins taken over by Sun suffered serious DePegs and treasury concerns. HBTC to USD, and just last week USDD. This change of custody endangers the 153,000 Bitcoin backing wBTC. So there's 2 ways that a wrapped coin, a wrapped token, can function. You either have a custody wallet that is managed with like a multi-sig, and then you have to trust a series of people who have access to this not to do something nefarious with it and remove those funds from the multi-sig, right? And then there is smart contract managed bridges, where nobody has access to those tokens. It is managed by a smart contract that automatically deposits those funds into a custodial wallet, and then when you withdraw it mints those tokens, or mints them on the second chain, and then releases them back if you bridge back the other way. So it can either be custodied or self blockchain managed, right, through smart contracts. So those are kind of the 2 ways this very high level, simple way things are done. I'm not technical enough to understand all of the nuances of ways that this can be done, but basically that's how it works. The alternative on Algorand is Algorand and their wBTC. For the record, I did ditch all of my wBTC, and I've moved to full Go Mint. Before, I had a 50-50 split between both of them, and I've moved wBTC until this whole thing is squared away. Now, one thing to note: this does not affect all of the Wormhole assets. Bitcoin was, I think, the first asset that Wormhole began bridging, and Their solution in the early days, Wormhole is a very old crypto project, and the solution in the early days was a custodial wallet, as opposed to going with smart contracts. So most of the new tokens, if not all of the new tokens on Wormhole, are actually contract managed and not custody managed the way Bitcoin is with them. So that's something to be aware of. I think also part of it is that because Bitcoin is not a smart contract chain, it's much more difficult to integrate Bitcoin into a smart contract bridge. So that being said, Algorand, I've used them since the very beginning. They're good. Uh, there has not been a lot of activity from their team lately that I've seen. I don't think that's a bad thing. Their product still works flawlessly, but I think they've kind of just said it and said, okay, it is what it is for now, right? But I do think that, and I'm hearing rumors that there is some stuff coming up with Algorand that will be exciting, but we need to be patient. So, anyways, Algorand's still there, and I think it's still good, and I'm using it right now because I trust it more at this moment than wBTC. Now, what they say about custody is for version 1, they are custodied with Copperco, and they're a reputable digital asset custodian trusted by Algorand. So, um, do your due diligence on Copperco. Whenever you deal with a bridged asset, you should understand, where is the native token? What's the risk there, right? Because bridges are one of the biggest DeFi applications susceptible to exploits and hacks. And historically, bridges have been attacked pretty heavily because they custody a lot of value in native tokens, right? So something really to be aware of. But version 1, I think I've asked the team, and I know it's probably like super early in the morning for Algorand right now, so I know they haven't gotten back to me, and I will update you guys in the comments if I hear back from Algorand on this question. But I wanted to know, are they still on product version 1, or are they on product version 2, which is they will introduce on-chain smart contract custody to decentralize the operation, which is really what you want to see in a bridge, I think, especially if it's well audited and tested contracts, right? So when I hear back from Algorand, I'll update you guys in the comments on this, but I'm pretty sure they're still on version 1, and I'm pretty sure they're still custodied with copper.co. But they've always been reliable for me in the past. They are fully backed. Actually, they're a little over collateralized on Bitcoin. And I think that has to do with them keeping a little bit of the fees inside the collateral pool. Maybe. I don't quote me on that. I should research that before I say that. But last I checked, they were a little over collateralized on the Bitcoin. So that's good. Here's Copper's website, Copperco, and so you can go there and check them out if you like. Here is the Algorand page. It's really great. Honestly, a very good bridge to use. I like using it. I've bridged most of my Bitcoin onto Algorand. So for what that's worth. And now, of course, it's all in wBTC. I don't hold any more wBTC. Those, as far as I know, actually, I think there's wBTC, but it's very rarely used on Algorand. There's not a lot of liquidity, I think, but I think there may be another bridged Bitcoin on Algorand. I would have to look at that. And maybe it's a time to look into that project and revive it if it's kind of faltering. But those are your options. You can actually get, if you don't want to go through, because Algorand, I think, still requires KYC, and you have to log in. So I log in with my Gmail account because I stay compliant with regulatory stuff anyways, because I'm a U.S. citizen and the U.S. is too powerful to run afoul of their regulations. So I don't mind doing KYC because I plan to report everything anyways. If my citizenship ever changes, then I may change the way I do crypto. But for now, I stayed regulatory compliant with the United States as much as humanly possible. Um, so that's Algorand. Check them out. And the other bridge you can use is Messina. And so if you have wrapped BTC on Ethereum, you can actually bridge that, and it will bridge to GoBTC on Algorand. Right now on Messina, that is the only BTC asset that we can bridge on Messina at this time, I believe. I checked through them and I didn't see, obviously, Algorand. Yeah, but Polygon doesn't have a they don't have a BTC. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just Ethereum. So anyways, that's what I got today, guys. If somebody else knows something else about this, if you think I'm blowing this out of proportion, please, let me know. Update us and let us know what's going on. This is what I found out recently. It's, been a big concern of mine for a few days since I've read about this. And so I've been kind of reading up on it and checking things out. And I wanted to report this to you guys so that you can make your own informed decision and you're not blindsided if something happens in a month or so. So anyways, guys, that's all I got today. Y'all have a good morning, because it's morning where y'all are, night where I am. Anyways, take care.